Hola, buenos días. This is video lesson 44 y 45, 44 and 45. So today we're going to start unit 4. And these are some of the things we're going to be covering in this unit, okay? So let's get started here. We have a new Bible verse, and it's this one on the screen. I'm going to read it once for you to know how to pronounce it, and you can try to pause the video after I read each sentence and then try repeating after me. And you can find this, let me see, this Bible verse on page 118, 118. Por nada estéis afanosos, si no sean conocidas vuestras peticiones delante de Dios, en todo oración y ruego, con acción de gracias. Y la paz de Dios, que sobrepasa todo entendimiento, guardará vuestros corazones y vuestros pensamientos en Cristo Jesús. Okay, so remember, you need to be working on memorizing this Bible verse for extra points on your tests on this unit. Now we are going to go over vocabulary words. You have new vocabulary words. You have now list 4A and 4B. So today we are going to look at 4A, okay? List 4A, 4A. So I'm gonna read them twice. Well, let's see how fast is this video here. I'm gonna read it once or twice, and I want you to repeat after me, okay? Want to follow along from your workbook? This is on page 119. If not, you can see them here on the screen. So vocabulary list 4A. A, ante, bajo, con, contra, de, desde, durante, en, entre, hacia, hasta, mediante, para, por, según, sin, sobre, tras, el día, el mes, el año, la semana, ayer, hoy, mañana, esperar, llamar, pagar, preguntar, okay? Muy bien. So that's list 4A. Please work, if you have your flashcards, vocabulary flashcards, use them to memorize this new list. If you don't have them, make your own. Have your parents quiz you. Use the pictures on the next page on your workbook. That's page 120, to be quizzed by somebody in your house on your vocabulary words. I use them to, to study them, to kind of recognize them, to put a picture in your mind of each of the vocabulary words, okay? We are gonna have quizzes almost every week, okay? Vocabulary word quizzes. So make sure you are always studying your new vocabulary words and reviewing the ones that you have already learned, okay? Because if you don't use them, you forget them. Okay, so now we're gonna emphasize only words 1 through 10 from list 4A, okay? So repeat after me. A, ante, bajo, con, contra, de, desde, durante, en, entre, okay, muy bien. So today we're going to be learning about the preposition de, okay? Let me switch screens here. So this preposition is in English of, okay? OF, of. Is this the one I'm looking for? Yes. So in Spanish, the preposition de is used to show possession, okay? So instead of saying, like in Spanish, you say Alice's camera. So in English, you use an apostrophe and an S to show possession, right? Like Alice's camera, or we have here God's mercy, right? Apostrophe S to show possession. In Spanish, we use the word de to show possession, unless you're using one of the possessive adjectives that we learned last week, mi, nuestro, tu, vuestro, su, etc. If you're using those, then you're already showing possession, right? Mi carro, mi casa, tu carro, tu casa, right? So in that case, you won't need the word de. But if you're not using them, then you will need the word de to show possession. So instead of saying Alice's camera, we say in Spanish, la cámara de Alicia, okay? God's mercy will be la misericordia de Dios, okay? And then these are the following are some rules to help you understand how to use de, okay? The preposition de. So when the masculine article el precedes the noun that show possession, de and el become del to avoid repeating the e sound. So let's look at this in an example. We have el juguete de el niño. So instead of saying de el niño, to avoid that a repetition there, we just make it one word and we say del, okay? El juguete del niño. Instead of saying el libro de el señor, we say el libro del señor. Now, when the article is that we're using is la, right? When la precedes the noun, you leave it there. And so you use de la, okay? Let's look at the examples. El juguete de la niña, okay? So they remain there. La remains. El becomes one word with de, del. La historia de la civilización. And you have these examples on page 121 in your workbooks, okay? Rule number 3, when more than one adjective is used, the possessive phrase de plus the owner is usually placed last, okay? So we have my mother's delicious and healthy food. We have 2 adjectives there, delicioso y saludable, right? So we're going to place the phrase de plus the owner at the end of the sentence. So we say, la comida deliciosa y saludable de mi madre, okay?
Well, Mommy, I'm gonna say something.
Okay. Let me see over here. Okay, so that was for that was section 4.1. Okay, now let's look at some examples of that here. Extra examples. So here we have, let me see, I'm covering the instructions with the Zoom bar. Okay, write the correct, excuse me, form of de in each blank, okay? So you have la mano, Ignacio. Okay, so we just put de, la mano de Ignacio to show possession there. La mano de Ignacio. Los carros, blank mi padre. Los carros de mi padre. Los zapatos. So in this case, this is el niño, okay? So you are going to have the el article and the word de, so you make it del. Los zapatos del niño, okay? La comida, you have chica. Chica, its article is la. So you say la comida de la chica, okay? So when you have, they don't explicitly say it like that, but it looks like when you have a name, it's just de, right? La mano de Ignacio. When you have, let me see, maybe they did, but it didn't, no. No, okay, so when you have a name, I would say just use the word de, and then you, if the article, in this case, is a possessive adjective, me, it's placed there, you don't do anything with it, you just place the word de, los carros de, and then everything remains the same. But now, like niño will be el niño, and chica will be la chica, and in those cases, you have to decide, to use del or de la chica, okay? In this one, el examen largo y difícil, and you are already given the article los estudiantes, and you know that it's already placed at the end, which was the rule because you have more than one adjective, or adjective. Okay, largo y difícil. So el examen largo y difícil de los estudiantes. So it's pretty much de all the time, unless you have el, it becomes del, or if you have to add the article la as well, because of the noun given there, okay? So you're gonna get to practice this, and it's gonna be better, I promise, once you start working on the exercises. So now we're gonna do page 121, 121, exercise A, and 122, exercise B, okay? So in exercise A, you are going to translate the phrases to Spanish. Let's look at the first one there, that's already done. Ben's pencil. So you know that in Spanish, you say el lápiz de Ben to show possession. El libro, the second one will be Kathy's book. So that will be el libro de Kathy, right? And then continue working. Let's do the next one. It says my cousin's car. And then the answer there will be what? The noun, so el carro de mi primo. Okay, de mi primo. So continue working on there, following the rules, and we're gonna also, in the next lesson, we're gonna learn a couple more rules on de that maybe will help you, that it'll be more clear to how to use the prepositions when you have adjectives. Okay, so let's see over here. So work on these exercises. This is the homework. I will put it on your homework list. Let's look at the next lesson so that we can continue reviewing the preposition de. But before we do that, let's do, this is the classwork for this lesson. So you're gonna translate, get your notebooks out, and just write lesson 45 classwork and translate the following phrases here on the screen: at, to, before, under, with, against, from, of, from, since, during, at, in, on, among, between. Okay, so translate those, and when you are done, continue here. Let's see, these are, we already did this. Let me find, okay, I think this is. So now let's look at section 4.2. And hopefully this will help you too, okay? So when you are translating, and this is about adjective noun phrases, okay? When you are translating adjective noun phrases to Spanish, the phrase noun plus of plus noun must be used instead. So let me explain this better. So in English, you guys, some nouns can be used as adjectives if they're describing the noun. For example, soccer. Soccer is a noun, but it could also be an adjective if it's describing the noun. For example, you can say soccer player, soccer ball, and then you'll know what type of player and what type of ball, correct? So in that case, it is being used as an adjective describing a noun. But in Spanish, we don't do that. This doesn't happen. So nouns remain nouns; they don't become adjectives, and so this is what we do. We say noun, and then we use the word of, and then we use another noun. So instead of saying soccer player, we say player of soccer. Okay, we say jugador de fútbol. Instead of saying math teacher, we say teacher of math. Maestro de matemáticas. You have that, you have this information under section 4.2 on page 122. If you, instead of saying church, we say choir, we say choir of the church, coro de la iglesia. Vanilla pudding will be pudding of vanilla, pudding de vainilla. Science book will be book of science, libro de ciencias. Okay, so this is the rule for the use of the preposition of with adjectives, okay? So let's look at some examples here, and this will be the last part of this lesson video. Am I in the correct one? No. Okay, this is it. Okay. So these are some examples, right? El director del coro, the choir director will be this one. Los estudiantes de la escuela, the students of the school. Los zapatos del niño, repeat after me, el zapato del niño, that would be the shoe of the boy. El examen de física, say el examen de física will be the exam of physics. Las camisetas de lana would be the shirts of wool, okay? Now you're gonna work on pages 123 and 124, exercises A and B. Let me see here. So you're gonna translate those phrases there using the and the correct noun number, okay? Okay, so you do those there. For example, the first one, let's do it together, banana bread. So here you have adjective noun, banana bread. You are gonna do noun plus the word de plus noun. So pan de banana, okay? And the rest are the same. You're gonna do noun plus of plus noun, okay? Exercise B, you are gonna do, it says on the first line, right? See if the phrase is correct, or I if it is incorrect. And if it is incorrect, they're gonna rewrite the phrase correctly on the second line, okay? So that's a good exercise there. Okay, so this is homework for this lesson. Again, I will put it on your homework list document, and I will see you guys on the next video. Nos vemos.